Hi. Hello, everyone. Chris here. And we're going to open up our vegan cut snack box today. See what's inside. How's everyone doing? Am I doing this late again? I don't think it's too late. It's not that late. It's only 8:30. I did not see the trailer for the Ghostbusters movie. Thank you, Produce, for that donation too. I appreciate that. Of course, this is going to do this on me. Why is this doing this? My camera hates me. Sorry, guys. Give me a second here. Okay. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Howdy, Ralph. Thank you for that 237. I just read something about The Shining today that they're gonna do. They're gonna show the film at the hotel where it was filmed. The vegan cuts, you meant it was for January. Yes, this is for January because they didn't send it to me until January 30th. So, yeah. I was going to do this on the 31st and be like, oh, I'm doing this at the last second at like 11:30 at night. But anyway, here we are, February 3rd, doing the January vegan cuts snack box. Little late, better late than never. We'll see what we got in there. Joe, your country's on fire and house is burnt down. That's not good. I hope your house doesn't burn down. It's on the news. Well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to open this right now. I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope your house doesn't burn down. I hope you're okay. It's cold out. It's cold here. 30 degrees here. That's why I'm wearing the beanie and the gloves down here in the basement. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open this the Vegan Cuts snack box. It's a subscription vegan box that they send you each month, and you get different vegan products, samples, and then they take a certain percentage of it and they donate it to a different animal sanctuary each month. So you get your card there. Now let's see what we got inside this one. This one's fairly heavy. We'll see what we got. Shelly, you wear gloves all the time too? I like wearing these. They keep my hands warm, and like, especially when I'm out in public. I started wearing these when I lived in New York City. Because when I would travel on the subway, I didn't like touching the subway. So if I wore these, I could touch the bar on the subway and not worry about going and rushing and washing my hands. I had like several pair of these and I would just wash them. Okay, so let's see what we got in this one right here. We've seen these before. These outstanding cheese balls. So if you're looking for vegan cheese balls, we got cheddar. Outstanding. I've had them before. They're pretty good. So, cheddar cheese balls. What exactly is that? Got to put on the glasses to read this one. Almond, oh, it's protein powder. 17 grams of protein. You know what? I just ran out of protein powder. I don't have any protein powder for like the first time in ever. So now I got some almond protein powder. A little bit. Little sample. Does candy make you guys happy? Happy candy? Peach. They're gummies. So peach happy candy. If you like gummies. There's some on the back. I don't know if you can read that. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. But we have teriyaki. Here, cover my face. There we go. Teriyaki vegan jerky. Kind of like a Slim Jim. Teriyaki. Should I try a piece? Open it up and see how it tastes. We're going to snap into a Slim Jim. Smells really good. It smells like jerky. It's tough enough and it tastes pretty good. I've had some of these that don't really taste that good, but I like this one. This is good. It looks like black licorice. If this was black licorice, I would not be taking a second bite. Actually, I would be spitting out the first bite. So, yeah. Yeah, that stuff right there. I don't know if you can see what that says, but it's really good. If I see this in the store, I'll probably pick some up. Let's see. It says beanstalk. It's called beanstalk. That's all it really says. Savory snack stick, and it's teriyaki. Tastes good. Nutso. Okay, so we got nutso here. It's just, as far as I know, it's like a bunch of different nuts all mixed together, kind of like a peanut butter. Vegan, obviously. Power Fuel, nutso. Has anybody tried any of these before? AJ, it is very similar to a Slim Jim. They did a good job on it. I would wonder how much one would cost though, you know. 58 degrees in southeast Texas. That's a perfect temperature. It's 30 degrees here. So, Vincent, the 237 has to do with The Shining, the movie The Shining. But, yeah, let's see here. I got all the lights in my face here. So it says chocolate power fuel, 7 nut and seed butter, 180 calories per serving. That's 2 tablespoons worth. So it's about right. It's about like on par with peanut butter, and it's dark chocolate, almonds, flax seeds, chia seeds, hazelnuts, pumpkin seeds. So yeah, Celtic sea salt, BPA free. Yeah, I'll try this out. I'll try that for $1. Okay. Here's another. We have it. We had a different flavor last month, but this month we have another Lenny and Larry complete cookie. So, go vegan cookie here. And this has 16 grams of protein. I can't see where it says what the flavor is. Oh, it's at the very bottom. That's why I'm like, I didn't even need the glasses for that. I just couldn't see it. It's Snickerdoodle. Snickerdoodle. Snickerdoodle-doodle-doo. Yeah, this has a chocolate in it, the nutso. So it's like a chocolate spread. Oh wow, this is exactly what we got last time. So we got another one of these. We actually got 2 full-size Lenny and Larry cookies in this box right here. So this is also the peppermint one. Same one I got in last month. So we actually got 2 cookies, 2 full-size cookies in this box. Oh my god, I actually just had this for the first time ever last week. And now I would literally, this is so weird. I was just talking about it, and I really like it. And I just got another one. Cool. These Ultima electrolyte that you put in your water. I've tried other ones and they're not good. This one, like, it's a good flavoring, and it's like what, 3 sample packs in here. So boom, Ultima. I will be saving these because I like them. Nectar. Nectar Essential Hydration, Daily Hydration Sample Pack. 0 calorie, 0 sugar. Let's see what the back of that says. Natural energy, boosted focus. So directions, it just says add a serving to water. So put it in your 16-ounce bottle of water or something. Shake it up. Drink it. So, yeah. I guess I'll try that someday. I don't know if you guys saw the Instagram thing I did, but I found some other of those like kind of like electrolyte things that I had saved up somewhere that I got at one of the expos I went to way back in the day. And I put it in there and I shook it up and I tried to drink. It was horrible. So then I looked at the expiration date and it expired in early 2015. So I probably got it back in 2013 at one of my first expos ever, and I just saved it for so long. Like, I mean, if it was expired a little bit, it probably still would have been good, but it's been expired almost 10 years, so not that good. All right, now the other thing, we have 2 more things here. We got Misfits. Vegan bar right there. We have, let's see here, plant-powered chocolate caramel 16 grams of pro. 18. Gluten-free. It is gluten-free. Also vegan. Do you guys get a lot of people, like, when you ask, when you go out places or something, or you ask somebody, like, is this, you know, is this product, or is this dish or whatever, is this vegan? And they're like, I'll have to check on that. It is gluten-free. It is gluten-free. And it's like, yeah, but, like, that's not the same thing at all. Like, zero to do with it. But so more often than not, they'll say, well, it's gluten-free. It's gluten-free. It's like, it doesn't matter if it is. I'm just wondering if it's vegan. Have I tried the Misfits? I feel like I have tried these before, but I can't remember. I feel like if I did, it was a while ago. And if I did, it was likely from one of these Vegan Cuts boxes. So I don't know. I'm going to take another bite of this Slim Jim, though. I can't say Slim Jim because it's not a Slim Jim. You know, a guy I went to high school with got sponsored by Slim Jim. We still have one more thing. Because I was just saying I was out of it too, right? Well, we have another package of protein powder. We have Earthchimp vegan protein powder. So I will definitely make a nice, tasty smoothie with this. Earthchimp. I know Craig has some of this. I know Craig's used this before, Earthchimp. So, and now I get to try it out. This is good. It's almost gone too. Yeah, so that has happened to you guys as well. You ask about the vegan options, and they show you the gluten-free options. One second here. Let's see here. Yeah, I feel the same way when I eat out at places, especially when the people there don't know the answers to your questions. That's scary because, you know, they're working at a restaurant with food. They don't know the answer. Is something vegan or not? I went to a place that was like a ramen place, and there was like nobody there. This was a few years ago, and the waitress came up and we asked her, you know, what was the vegan options, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we have vegan options." And then I was like, "Okay, what out of this is vegan?" And she goes, "Well, this is vegan." It was like this. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Yeah." And then it came out, and it looked like it was just it looked like butter. I'm like, I don't know if this is vegan or not. And then I was looking at it, and this guy was walking by me, and he was looking at me, and I had this really confused look on my face, and he's like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, do you work here?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm the owner, I'm the chef." And I'm like, "Is this vegan?" He was like, "Oh no." And I was like, And then the waitress tried to come over and apologize. But at that point, this was a situation where she like blatantly lied to us. Like she pretended she knew the answer to something that she totally didn't. And she just went with it thinking like we weren't going to know. And like, I just like, she kept like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And it's like, dude, I just wanted to leave at that point. And the food wasn't even good. I don't know how you can have a restaurant and have something like that and with just zero flavor. Like if you're a chef trying to make something and it's that bad, you know, sorry I got these negative things to say about stuff, but it's really good. I need to reply to this real quick. Just bear with me 1 second. This is a really good friend of mine. Okay. Whew. Sorry, I had to take that real quick. Surprising I'm eating. Yeah, I don't normally do that, do I? I don't or normally eat something from the box. I don't know. I saw this and I just was like, is this something that I would wait and take a picture of? It's hard to take a picture of like Slim Jim stuff. I don't know. So I feel like, I showed it to you guys on here. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to eat it. Boom. Ate it. Done. It was good too. Because that's always like am I going to try something from here and it's going to be gross? I mean, if it's gross, I'll tell you that it's gross. I'm not going to pretend that it's not. But this, I just ate the whole thing. It was good. I have tried some of those that are not. The vegan stick. Are you talking about this jerky thing? It says bean sprout teriyaki. I think that's the name of the company. Bean sprout. It's hard to read it because it's got like a weird little. I don't know if this is what you're asking, but it's hard to read it. But it's right there. Bean, and then under it is sprout. They tried to do something like creative with it, and it just made it a little bit harder to read, in my opinion. Oh, did it say beanstalk? Is that what I said the first time? Bean sprout, yeah, beanstalk. Thanks for that correction. Yeah, it says beanstalk, but the way I ripped it, you can't. I need to tape it back together. And it's on the circumference of it too, so it's hard to. Anyway, it's beanstalk. Thanks, Dynamite. Three flavors: teriyaki, original, and barbecue. I just had the teriyaki. Definitely good. I would like to try the barbecue as well. Original is probably just original, you know. I wonder where you can find them, and I wonder how much they are. Because if this thing right here is like $8, no, not doing it. I've never seen them in the stores around here. I would tend to think that someplace like near you, like Whole Foods, would have something like that first. Maybe Whole Foods or Wegmans, but I haven't seen them anywhere. You're surprised that the Slim Jim ones don't actually have the plant-based ones? Yeah, I'm surprised a lot of places don't have plant-based. I'm surprised that every big successful company doesn't have vegan versions of what they do, because I mean, Ben and Jerry's know darn well that that the vegan versions are a hit, you know? They started out with 4 flavors, now they got like what, 30? Online $50 almost for a pack of 24. So they're like $2 a stick. I just don't know if I would spend $50 just for 24 sticks, you know? It's kind of a, I mean, it doesn't seem too bad when it says, you know, $2 a stick, but if you can only buy them by that many. I thought I heard that Tyson did come out with vegan nuggets, but I've never seen them around here. I think any smart company would want to make something that they have vegan. Definitely. But that was the January box, guys, unfortunately. But that just means that I'll be doing another one later this month, the February one. Hopefully they send it to me a little bit sooner than they did this one. I actually found this in a bag down by my mailbox, but I don't think that I missed it. So like, I think they just delivered it late. Oh, we're losing connection again. We're entering the atmosphere and we're breaking up. We are breaking up from the atmospheric heat on the shield. Come on. At least you guys can still hear me, right? Right? This is the fault of my Sony camera, which is an otherwise great camera, but for this streaming thing, this might be it. This might be it. It's not working. This is the end. I might have to do this. Hey everybody. Put on my superior webcam. Look at the quality of this output. It's not very good. Sorry. Could do that. No, why is that? Maybe that wasn't the right one. This one always works. Of course, the one that's not good is going to work. We'll just have to make our own. I should make my own jerky anyway. I've got like 3 dehydrators. The vegan camera is deficient. Yeah, I think so too. It's deficient on what, megapixels and all kinds of stuff. This one is. At least you can see me. I mean, I know it's very not good. I mean, this quality is bad. It looks like we're in 1990 now. Yeah, we're doing a retro jam here. I wish I could just turn this other thing off though. Like, there we go. Now it's just me, like a weird 3/4 of a screen. 3/4 of a screen. That's what it looks like to me. But this isn't going to cut out, so. You like pineapple being dehydrated? Did I paint my walls blue? No. This is how it was when I moved here. Blue. Blue walls. Somebody asked about the dogs. They are doing fine. I got one right over there in the other room laying on his bed, and another one upstairs laying on his bed. Do I like the wall color here? Yeah, I like the wall color here. What I wanted to do originally was put like some like a fake brick or stone background, so it kind of looked more like a dungeon or something, or a cave, or a castle. That's what I wanted to do. I've always liked blue. I like black and blue. All my clothes are black, and I like blue. Art Bell, I used to listen to Coast to Coast with Art Bell back in the day. All the time. This will be my the latest Art Bell news. Okay, we're back to the 1990s. We're going to be listening to Art Bell tonight, and we're going to be talking about some remote viewing to find out what they're finding and the connectivity of the universe. I first started listening in the late 90s, and I would listen to all the way through the Y2K. And I had a job at the time, actually at Wegmans, where I was security. And I would sit in the security car overnight because they were doing construction. So I would have an overnight shift all through the night, like 11 to 7. And what did I do to entertain myself? I listened to every Art Bell show every night that he was on. And that was, the highlight of my night usually is listening to Art Bell. I listened to all of them. It was so cool. Just be out there trying to keep warm in the car and just have the radio on. Every once in a while, catch somebody for shoplifting, but not many people went in. And Wegmans used to be a 24/7 store, so anybody could go there all night long. And then I'd go in and I'd grab like for my lunch at like 4 or 5 in the morning, I'd grab like different, vegan ramen noodles, and I would go over to the dining area of Wegmans, which it was always there, and they would still have hot water and stuff. So I would grab like a soup container, put my ramen in there, and then pour the hot water in there, put the top on it, and then after 5 minutes, the top, trapping in all the heat, you'd have perfectly cooked ramen noodle. Go back out to the car, and they used to have, like, the top ramen used to have, I haven't seen it in forever, but it used to have a roast beef flavor that was accidentally vegan. So I'd go between that one and the Oriental one. And I would just find different things to eat, there as a vegan back 25 years ago. So those were my nights, getting paid to sit in the Art Bell car, I used to call it. You never heard of Art Bell. So Art Bell ran a radio show, Coast to Coast. It was the name of the show. And they talked about all kinds of, like, anything paranormal or, different theories about aliens or conspiracies. It was a really fun show. You've been up since 3 a.m.? What time zone are you in? Oh, you're in Florida, right? Gotcha. All right. Well, good night there, Graven. I was still awake when you were getting up. Wegmans, no, Wegmans is actually originated not too far from where I am. Originated over in Rochester, New York, and it's been here and ever since before I was born. So I grew up around Wegmans, and it's they were I think that they won best store in the nation. So they really are a really good store, and that's where I do most of my grocery shopping. Yes, you're right there. Art Bell was great during the X Files era. I X Files is still my all-time favorite TV show, and I think some of my favorite ones were the conspiracy ones. They had a couple black and white ones where they had theories of the JFK assassination and all of that. And yeah, maybe I'll go back and watch those someday. Yeah, Wegmans is mainly like a northeastern store, but I mean, it'd be cool if they put them other parts too, because it'd be it'd be awesome for everybody to experience Wegmans. But right now it's just northeastern. I used to live in Rochester, and I lived by like the best Wegmans that I think that I've ever been to. Probably the best one. It was out in Pittsford, New York, in the Rochester area. And that one right there was, I mean, it had the best food bar, I mean, I still like the dining area and the one that I am closest to the best, but that one, it just had everything. Um, Good store. Manifest. I didn't like Manifest. I tried to watch it. Watched a couple episodes. I actually have one more episode to watch. I was watching the series called The Rain, and I've got one more episode. It's three seasons. I still have to watch the last episode, but my critique on it would be, well, first of all, it's a Danish Swedish movie, so it's dubbed over. So I mean, you don't have to read subtitles, but it's dubbed over. So once you get used to like their lips not matching up with whatever, it I think season one was really good. The characters are likable. It makes you want to keep watching and what's going on. I think they did a really good job, and then I think that they got a green light for season two with a bigger budget, and then the story just wasn't as good, but there was like, you could tell they had a better budget, and then the third season was just like, what are you even doing? So season one was good, and then it just got worse and worse. So not like anybody asked, but I'm just, you know what other series I liked that I had to just keep watching, like I would literally be like, okay, I got, this is back when I was in college, so I'm like, okay, I got school in the morning. This is my last episode. It's like 3 in the morning. I need to go to bed. And then I'm like, this is the last episode. And then it would end, and I'd be like, I gotta watch another one. And like, I'd put another one on. I'm like, this is definitely the last one though. And then I'm like, it just leaves you, you gotta know. And that series was Lost for me. I mean, there's some other ones that are kind of like that too. Like I really, once I got past the first couple episodes, like I was like that with Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is another amazing series. What's up, Holly? Home and cooking. What you cooking? Yeah, Lost is definitely, it kept you on the edge. And Game of Thrones too. Yep. Game of Thrones is another one. Unlike most of the other ones, Game of Thrones is one of the ones that I watched the entire beginning to end twice. So I did it twice. I had to go back for those, like, you know, the nostalgia. Like it's around this time of year too. I loved watching it like in the winter. I'd watch, winter is coming, and I'd watch Game of Thrones. Good stuff. To the point where like I remember like just about like the first time around, like I didn't remember every character, but now I remember everyone, and watching it again, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, now I guess I missed that the first time. Okay, cool. So what was that? What even was that? I don't think you guys saw it, but dude, there's like aliens infiltrating my computer now. some weird dark checkerboard just appeared on my screen for no reason. No, I didn't see House of the Dragon because when I was ready to watch it, I no longer had access to. It's on HBO Max, right? I had it here. I don't have access to it anymore. So I wanted to, but it's out of my league. Your cookathon was last night, and tonight is laundry. So I hope you made enough last night that you can just relax and eat tonight, right? What did you make? You called out sick for work and went to an awesome night of Harlem Wizards. Wait, what's that? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Dexter is another good one. Dexter is another good one that I really liked. Do I believe in aliens? Well, I believe that there's probably something, since if the universe is infinitely as big as we think it is, then there's likely some kind of, maybe even closer, who knows, but just, I don't think people can fathom the time that has gone by, like we can't fathom, we can barely fathom like 1,000 years, like in our minds, like living that long, let alone 1,000,000 or even 1 billion or multi-billion. Like that's like unfathomable. So the chances that there were aliens or civilizations before us, billions of years before us, that came, thrived, and then died out, is very likely. But then again, like, what would be an alien? Like, I don't know. Maybe there are aliens, or maybe they're interdimensional. Maybe they're not quite aliens, but they're from like another dimension. As far as like the multiverse theory, that we're in many different universes, and you can kind of just skip over to a multiverse or not. Or maybe they're even us. Maybe they're what we perceive as aliens could be humans that are from the future, or 50,000 years ahead of us in technology, and maybe just coming back to make sure we're not doing anything too bad to destroy our civilization, something like that. I don't know, but I feel like that's more plausible than, I've always thought about that with ghosts too, paranormal. Like, people see ghosts, and like, I'm not saying people don't see ghosts, because I've had paranormal experiences myself, but like, rather than them being ghosts, what if they're just interdimensional beings that jump into our fabric of our dimensions, and we get to glimpse it, or see something, or hear something, or see something move, and we can't explain it, so we consider it to be paranormal. But it's just more, I don't know, it's more plausible that it could be maybe even a time traveler, or just more advanced, an alien maybe. But I don't know. These are things that I've thought about for countless hours, many times since I was a little kid. I never watched the entire Prison Break, ASMR John, but I had a friend that loved Prison Break. She loved the actor. What was his name? Wentworth Miller or something. Wentworth. She loved him, and she always told me about Prison Break. And I think I watched a couple episodes, and I know the gist of it, and it does sound pretty cool. But I never really got into it. But I do know what you're talking about. Hey there, heavy metal vegan. Thank you for that super chat. Welcome to the chat tonight. Now we're rocking, right? What should be what is the heavy metal band of the day? If there were a heavy metal band of the day, what would it be for you? Is Prison Break like Oz? No, I don't think it was like Oz. It, from what I remember, and again, I didn't see it, but from what I remember, Prison Break, the main guy, I think his brother was wrongly convicted of something and went to prison. And this guy was a genius, and so what he did was he faked something to get caught to go to prison so that he could break his brother out. But before he did that, he had like the whole schematics of the entire prison, like cryptically tattooed on his entire back, so he could like decipher like the way out or whatever. So he actually got, I think he framed himself to go to prison, and then he went to the same prison, and then the rest of it was to try to break his innocent brother out, and he was also innocent. And I think that's the gist of it. You actually accidentally cooked too much wine when you were cooking. Oh, you accidentally had too much wine when you were cooking. You were focused on the wine rather than the food, right? Corn, is that heavy? I loved Disturbed. I never liked Corn, but I had one Corn song, and the reason why was because I like vampires, okay? And it was from the soundtrack of The Queen of the Damned, and I found my old iPod the other day, and I was going through it, and I found it, and it's I actually do like the song. It's by Korn, but it's I think the name of it is called Forsaken, and it's for Queen of the Damned, the movie. You liked Wentworth and The Human Stain. Trini. I don't think I saw that. I don't know what that is. Cannibal Corpse is your music of the day. Cannibal Corpse. See, I'm probably always just going to say Iron Maiden, right? AJ hurt. No, Trini said I heard wine. AJ's laughing at Holly. Um, I'm on all these 80s pages on Facebook, and I'm always like, I've never interacted with. I don't usually interact on social media unless it's like my own page. But I never interact so much as I do with these 80s pages, because like I can't not do it. They're always like, name a quote from an 80s movie that everybody will know, And I did two of them today. Like if you don't stop me, I'll just keep doing. Like I'm like, oh, here's another one, or like talking about 80s TV shows that most people won't remember today, and I'm like, oh, this one. But my quotes that I chose for, which is weird because I was just talking about the movie literally 20 minutes before I saw this too. So my quote was, that's easy, Pez, cherry flavored Pez. Does anyone know that movie? And then the other one was, so you guys can guess two of them. I didn't even have to say it. The other one was alligators in the sewers. So Linda, don't answer that one. Let somebody else. Better Off Dead, grade 8. It wasn't Better Off Dead. For the film edit fun. Thank you, AJ, for that super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Which, by the way, I am still trucking right along. I mean, I'm getting a lot done now. The movie's coming together. But yeah, we got 2 quotes. Does anybody know the movies? The first quote is, "That's easy, Pez, cherry flavored Pez." And the second quote is, "Alligators in the sewers." See, I tried to even say it like the character too, but Linda, you're not allowed to answer these. You know these answers already. But yes, the first one is "Stand By Me." They say, if you could only eat one thing the rest of your life, what would it be? And Vern Tessio says, well, that's easy. Pez, cherry flavored Pez. And then the second one was alligators in the sewers. I know. I mean, I know. A lot of you already know that we've already gone over these a billion times. But yes, the second one was yes, yes. The Pez quote is "Stand By Me." Is that a sword in the background? Do you recognize this sword? This sword, anybody recognize? It's a big sword. This sword is not Excalibur. Lord of the Rings, yes. This is Aragorn's sword. From Lord of the Rings. It's a big sword. And over there I have Sting, which is well, it was Bilbo's sword, and then it became Frodo's sword. And it glows blue when there's an orc around. But yes, nice observation there. My sword. I've got a few different swords. I've actually got 2 of Sting. It's Needle. I don't have Needle, but that would be cool. Is it battle ready? That one right there, no. Sting is battle ready. Sting is pretty sharp. That one right there is not sharp. Nor is it, it's heavy, but it's not like, I think it's more of a looker than a doer, you know what I'm saying? But I do have a really sharp samurai sword over here. Oh, anyway, the other one, the alligators in the sewers, yes. That one, of course, was E.T. Gertie says it at the dining room table. Oh, but some of the TV shows that I listed that I thought a lot of people might not remember. Well, the one that I always go to is Voyagers because it was only on for 1 season. Voyagers was one of the shows that I really liked that just it was canceled because the main star died. And then another one that I thought of that a lot of people probably wouldn't remember. Does anybody remember Sidekicks? Like I was all into karate back in the day, and then Sidekicks came out, and I loved that show. Obviously, Sidekicks in the 80s. And then there was another one called The Master with Max Kelly, and it was about a ninja. This ninja master and his apprentice Max Kelly. I think Max Kelly might have been like a cop or a detective or an undercover cop. But the master was like this old guy that was a ninja, and yeah, that was another one I liked. And then So those two Voyagers, and then does anybody remember The Wizard? I'm just naming off TV shows that I don't think anybody remembers. Take care, Mike. Nice seeing you. Your brother loves Sidekicks. Yeah, that was a good show. So do you remember it too? Did I ever watch Small Wonder? No, I don't think so. It sounds familiar though. Charles in Charge was a popular show. That wasn't a rare one. One of your favorite words in ET was Sintus Supremus. I thought he was saying Sinus Supremus. They were making those up, by the way. They were making up those names. And I'm like, you Sinus Supremus. You want the sword from The Witcher 3? Sidekicks, the movie? No, I only saw the TV show. Well, I may have. Let me just let me go ahead. If I use the power of Google, Small Wonder, and I pull it up. No, I don't think I did. No, I don't think I ever watched that. Nope. Mork and Mindy was one of the first shows I used to watch with my dad. Yeah, Nano Nano. Mork and Mindy. No, I didn't watch Hey Dude. I know what it was, but I didn't like it. Yeah, Sin Supremus. It never caught on. They were trying to make a new word that kids would say, but it never caught on. Zero charisma, Sin Supremus, charisma. I think they were doing like nerd Dungeons and Dragons talk, that kind of stuff. I mean, I probably had my like group of things that I watched and I liked and I was interested in the 80s, and there was probably other stuff that I wasn't interested in that I either just let go out of my mind that I never saw or whatever, but Mary Hartman, I don't know that one. I do remember vaguely Sha Na Na, and I used to watch the original The Incredible Hulk and the original Wonder Woman and Spider-Man and Batman. Did I watch Elf? Yeah, I used to watch Elf and Airwolf. And of course, MacGyver was one of my favorites, and the Wonder Years. The A Team. Salute your shorts. No. There's so many. Well, I think they talk about it in the documentary, the Steven Spielberg documentary. One of those where they're talking about like the behind the scenes of ET, and I think they talk about like it didn't mean anything. They just made it up. My favorite Batman. I actually I like the Christian Bale Batman. I gotta say I didn't hate. I thought I was going to, but I didn't absolutely hate the um hold. I can't remember. Drawing a blank. Hold on. The Robert Pattinson one. I didn't hate it. I watched it a couple months ago. The Hubbub trilogy. I don't know what that is. I remember the Cat from Outer Space. Remember that? Starsky and Hutch. I never watched that as when I was a kid, and I didn't even remember it. I didn't even remember it or anything like that. However, when I lived in New York City, um, for a little while, I had a job as an extra. So I was in like movies and TV shows and commercials, and I was on the set of this show that was, short aired back in like 2003 or 4, and it was called Allie and Jack. It sounds like Allie and Jack, but it was Allie and Jack, and it was a talk show. And Jack is the son of Gerald Ford, the president, and Allie, I don't remember her last name, but the one that I think I went to two of them. And one of them that I went to, they had the original Starsky and Hutch, and I had no idea who they were, but we were in the audience and watching them interview Starsky and Hutch. That's my story. So I actually saw Starsky and Hutch in person, but I never watched their show. Dukes of Hazzard, I used to always watch. It's so weird that you said that because I was just thinking about this the other day. When I was a little kid, I used to love the Dukes of Hazzard. I used to watch, in the car going over. And then, unbeknownst to me, like I end up, decades and decades later, right where they filmed the Dukes of Hazzard. And when I was in California about, 8 years ago or so, I was with one of my friends that I was staying with out there, and he worked at Warner Brothers, and he took me on this little tour, and he's like, oh yeah, where we are right now, they filmed like the Dukes of Hazzard here right on this track. And I'm like, oh really? I used to love this when I was a kid, and now I'm standing right. And then there was another house, which I've heard of it, but I forget what it's like another show that it was before my time, I think, and I don't really remember. It was about a whole family, a big family. I'm probably not. Maybe somebody in here would get it, but is it no, not the Robinson, no. I don't know. I don't remember, but there's another, they filmed both of them right, the Dukes of Hazzard and this other one right there, and I got to see it, which, whatever. Did I like Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I didn't particularly like that movie. And I do remember Critters. Yes. What did MASH mean for everyone? Bedtime. I see that meme going around all the time. It wasn't always bedtime for me, but I do remember. For me, when I would hear MASH, I actually liked the intro of MASH. I like that song. I just like that sad, sappy song. And I would watch that song, and then as soon as the song would be over and it would start, I'd turn around and I'd go do something else. I never watched it. Okay, what? I particularly remember watching Batman from the 90s with Michael Keaton. Or was that 89 or 90? Anyway, that one. And particularly the part where where Kim Basinger's in the car with him, and he's driving, and it's like they're safe, but they're going down this fast road, and he's shaking in the car, and it's just like you're looking at the lights in the outside the car of the road ahead of you, and it's just kind of like a surreal thing. Like I feel that moment like sometimes when I'm driving, I feel that moment when I'm like passing out, I'm ready to fall asleep while I'm driving. I know I can't. I think of Batman, Anyway. I look 30. Thank you, Rebecca. That's very kind of you. And you're going to be 50 in March. I'm not far behind. John Schneider was a minor, but he said he was 18 and he won the part. Do I have 90s nostalgia or mostly 80s? I have nostalgia for a lot of things. 80s, 90s, 2000s. Just usually good memories, Did I ever watch Captain Planet? No, I don't think I ever watched it, but I have a Captain Planet comic. I don't know where I got it, but I have one from a long time ago. MASH. The Greatest American Hero. I almost said that a couple minutes ago. I kind of liked it, but then I kind of didn't. I don't know. It was weird. Quantum Leap. Yes, I loved... My dad loved Quantum Leap, too. I loved Quantum Leap. Do I have a favorite family member? I can't say that. I think I've probably seen all the Batman series. Everyone has a favorite. I can't say that I have a favorite because then I will feel bad if I say that. I did like The Dark Knight, yes. I didn't really like the Val Kilmer Batman, or the George Clooney Batman. I don't know. There was a lot of 90s things I didn't really like, and then I don't know. A lot of 90s things I did like, but I like Val Kilmer. I like Val Kilmer. The movie Heat, that was a good one. The Salton Sea, that was pretty good. Top Gun with Iceman. Heart to Heart. Heart to Heart. I remember Heart to Heart, but I don't remember what it was about or anything. I just remember the name. No, I didn't like Danny DeVito as the Penguin. I never saw the Veil documentary. I don't know. I don't know. Columbo was pretty good. Um, I always used to love watching Sherlock Holmes too, and I know there's so many different adaptations of it, and I don't know which was which, but specifically remember The Hounds of Baskerville. I really liked that, and when I was a little kid, I watched it, and there was I think that was the one at the beginning. There was a guy wearing a cloak, and he had a blowgun, and he's like, and I'm like, I need one of those. I need a blowgun. I need a blowgun. So I did everything I could to try to convince my mom that I could order a blowgun from Asian World of Martial Arts, which was the ninja magazine I would like always get and want to go there and buy all the ninja stuff, all the ninja stuff. In fact, I did that once, and I bought a bunch. I bought an order of ninja stuff, and when it came in the mail, it was like the best. It wasn't Christmas, but it felt like Christmas. I opened it up, and I had like this like wristband with like these throwing knives on them. My mom grabbed them. She goes, "I'm taking these." I'm like, "Mom!" And then I had another one with these long, sharp throwing spikes, ninja spikes. And she's like, "And I'm taking these too." I'm like, "Mom, no, please, please, no." And she's like, "You're not having these." And I'm like, she's like, "The only way I'm gonna let you have these is if you saw off the tips." I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "That's the only way." So I had to saw off the tips of these metal spikes. We sawed them off. I'm like, "There, is that good?" She's like, "Now you can have them." I'm like, "Okay." And then I rode my bike over to my friend Tim's house, and we went in his garage, and he turned on the grinder, and we put the spikes back on them. Not as good, but we did it, And then I could wear them on my wrist like a real ninja. Oh yeah, the things I did when I was little. Have I cried over any show or movie? Probably not. Um, I don't. It takes a lot to make me cry about something, but I will admit I cried every single time I watched E.T. I saw E.T. twice in the theaters when I was 6 years old. Both times I cried. I couldn't help myself. And now when I watch it again as an adult, if I'm actually sitting there, like if somebody's watching it and it's in the background, not the same. But if I'm watching it and I'm got all my attention in it, like it's not from any kind of sadness other than pure nostalgia of a movie that brings me right back to that time. And like I will, yeah, I've teared up in E.T. for sure. I have the best childhood stories. That was last week. No, yeah, I'm just kidding. I don't know, Vincent, who played the Sherlock Holmes that I liked. I may have well saw Jeremy Brett doing it. I don't know, but like they were definitely older movies, or I would watch them usually. My dad got me into. My dad loved Sherlock Holmes. Did I eventually have one of those bikes with the pegs and people riding on the pegs? Yes, yes, I did. I had a freestyle bike and I had some pegs, and I actually just found some old VHS footage of me riding my BMX bike doing some tricks down the street. Wearing it was, I think it was my like one of the videos is my last day of 5th grade, and I'm running home after I got off the bus. I'm wearing my army hat and like a Hawaiian button-up shirt with a pair of jeans and like 90-degree weather, because like I never wore shorts back then. I'll tell you a book that made me cry. And at the time I was like embarrassed that I was crying. I'm like, my mom better not open the door and catch me, because I had to read it for school. I didn't want to read, but I had to read it for school. So I'm reading it. Okay, fine, I'll read it. And it was really good. I kept reading. And I get to the end and like I'm uncontrollably crying, like more. I mean, it was 8th grade, I think. So I was like, I'm still young, but like if you read Where the Red Fern Grows and you didn't cry, then you know there's something wrong. Jeremy Brett was 80s and 90s. I mean, it could be. I could have seen one of those. I really wonder which the Hounds of Baskerville that I did see. It was a good one. And Mycroft. My dad would always ask me, "Who's Mycroft?" Sherlock's smarter brother? Did I ever cry when I graduated to a new... No, I never... No. I was like... When in elementary school, I was like the class clown. As soon as I went into middle school, like I became like really quiet and shy. And... Yeah. And then I went to high school. And guess what? I went back to that high school to film... Part of my movie, I got to go back into my old high school. After like, actually this year is my 30-year graduation anniversary of my graduation. Will I go? Who will know? Did my parents make me cry when they disciplined me? I mean, when I was real little, like when I didn't want to be disciplined, but you know, I learned how to get through that. I was bad. Like here's a story that's kind of funny. Like, I mean, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. I mean, times were different back then. I said so. I don't remember how old I was, but I was old enough to know better. I was probably, I don't know. I don't know, maybe 12 or 13, and maybe even a little bit younger. I don't know. But I mouthed off to my mom or something, or I was being a real jerk. I don't know. And she just lost it, and you know, she never did this before, but she grabbed me by like the collar of my shirt and started dragging me down the hall to my room. And like I was like, oh, you know, and then when she threw me in my room, like I was like 100% okay, but I pretended that I'm like, oh, I can't breathe, Mom. What did you do to me? Like, I'm like totally like being drunk because I knew I was in a lot of trouble. I knew I was going to be grounded for like a week. So I just used the fact that she dragged me in there, and I just went with it. And I started acting like she made it so I couldn't breathe, and I was like crying. I'm like, why would you do that, Mom? And she totally was like, well, are you okay? Like, you know, and like then you could tell that she was like, she changed her whole tone. Like, well, you know, I'm like, and then she's like, are you okay? I'm like, can you breathe? I'm like, no. And, you know, and then finally I'm like, she's like, okay, well, you'll be fine. And I'm like, am I still grounded? Because I did the whole thing so I didn't get grounded, you know, but I was totally fine. I think I got ungrounded. I think she didn't tell my dad either. But yeah, I was smart. Like, I'm like, okay, fine. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna get out of being grounded here. I should do like one of these live streams with my mom right here. Like, Mom, remember when you did this? Here's another thing that's kind of funny. I told this story the other day. Some of you might think it's funny, but I had the whole house rolling. They were laughing. Okay, so this is a true story. Okay, so we're talking about the 80s. We're talking about, I might be 10 years old, maybe 11 years old. I got little brothers, little sister. This particular situation, I think I was with my little brother, Brian, my youngest brother, who's like 6 years younger than me. So he's like 4 or 5, okay? And it's wintertime, and I would get bored, and I'd be like, all right, let's go. My dad had this big van. It was a blue and white van. It was a Chevy van. He bought it in like 1980. And here I am. We go outside. We get in the van. Okay. I grabbed the little open book of keys. You know, you needed 2 keys to get in a car back then. You need one to open it and the other one to turn it on. What would people do today? You know, you know you're going to lose one of those. So we'd get out there and I'd pretend like the radio channel would be like our coordinates, our destination where we were going. And I'd always say, where do you want to go? And we'd always say, let's go to Disneyland. You know, we've never been to Disneyland ever in our life. So we're like, we're going to Disneyland. Okay, we're going there. Let's put it in. And then like I'd turn it on. I'd start it up. I'd look behind me. I'm like, I'd put it in reverse and I'd go down the driveway and then I'd stop. Look around, make sure my mom didn't see us. And then I'd go right back up the driveway. So I'm like 10 years old going down the driveway, up the driveway, you know, and it's winter, you know. So here's what was going on inside. We'd have to look up there because my mom was, she was in a bad mood. You could tell because she was vacuuming. So she's upstairs vacuuming. And when she would vacuum, she'd put on her record player and she'd play as loud as she could Neil Diamond. So, you know, you got like, come into America today. And she's vacuuming, you know, like not looking or listening to anything except for Neil Diamond and vacuuming the floor. So we're down there in the van, in the driveway. We'd look up to the window and you'd see her, like her, you know, her shoulder and her, you know, up there vacuuming. And then as soon as she would go away from there, we'd be like, all right, we're good. Put it in reverse. Let's go down the driveway. Yeah. Go back up the driveway. Well, it's winter time and it's all ice and snow. So I really gave it a good, you know, like pedal to the metal to get down the driveway because I was getting more courage each time I was doing it. So pedal to the metal all the way down the driveway and then put the brake on. And I freaking slid and we went right out and we slid and we're like sideways in the middle of the road, which it's not a big road. It's a neighborhood. So there's no like, you know, cars going 50 miles an hour or anything like that. So, and you can see both ways. I knew no cars were coming. So, but if a car comes now and I'm stuck in the middle, the car comes there and there's a 10-year-old going like, hey. So now I gotta get the van back up there. I look up at the window and my mom's like right in the window vacuuming. I'm sideways in the van in the road. She's vacuuming, doesn't see us, totally singing Neil Diamond, you know, going back in there. And then I trying to straighten it out. I'm like, Brian, we gotta get back in the driveway. He's like, yeah. And he'd suck his thumb. He's like, yeah, we got to get back. We got to get back from Disney. Your mom's going to get mad. And like, I'm trying to get it in there and we get back up there. I'm like, we made it. Do you want to go again? He goes, I don't think we should, you know? And like, yeah, you're right. We better get back inside. And that's a true story. We didn't get caught. But I was telling the story the other day and even my mom, she looked at me like, you know, but like she laughed. Everybody was laughing so hard. Why did every mom vacuum to Neil Diamond? My mom won tickets to go see Neil Diamond when I was a little kid. Yeah, we grew up with Neil. And Neil Diamond, people don't know that. Some people don't remember this, but when E.T. came out, Neil Diamond was the one that did he did a song for E.T., Turn On Your Heart Light. That song, if I listen to that still takes me back to that time too. You've never been to Disneyland? I've never been to Disney. I've been to Disney World, but I have never been to Disneyland. But I've been right next to it, literally. Right across the street is the expo I always go to. The Grand Canyon, you've never been there. I've never been there, but I've seen it from a plane. The San Diego Zoo. I've been to San Diego, but not a zoo. Isn't there like not a zoo there now? Isn't there like a San Diego, like where a zoo used to be? I think I went to that place where there used to be a zoo. Oh, hold on. I read that wrong. You said you have been to Disneyland, the Grand Canyon, San Diego. Okay. I haven't been. Where did she win? She won them from a radio station back then. which is weird because the guy that she won him from, she knew and she became friends with. And years, like 30 years later, I used to be an investigator. You guys know that story. I used to be an investigator. I used to have to interview people. I ended up interviewing the guy that she won the tickets from that used to DJ the radio channel here in Syracuse, New York. And I was like, oh yeah, my mom knows you. Oh, you got to go to the Grand Canyon in a small plane that your dad flew? That's cool. When it was still legal. A lot of things back then were illegal that aren't legal now. Like, I don't think I've ever rode a bike with a helmet on in my life. I used to get irritated because they made a skate park and then they're like, in order to be in the skate park, you got to wear a helmet. I'm like, I can't do anything if I got a helmet on. It's distracting me. I can't do anything. Because I've skated like for 30 years with no helmet or pads or anything. Your mom like Tom Jones? Wait, does every mom like Tom Jones? When you win something from a radio, is it like really free? They might have had to pay for their trip to go there. But she got to see Neil Diamond. It's not a law to wear a helmet. I hope not, because if I ride a bike, I don't wear a helmet. Every mom does like Tom Jones. Your mom likes Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. Tom Jones can still sing. You know who can't sing anymore? Somebody from a band I used to really like when I was in elementary school and middle school. Vince Neil. Speaking of that, I have a video of me skateboarding with my friend Matt and my brother Pat. The very moment that we hear Nirvana for the first time ever. My friend Matt brought over, he goes, I got this new cassette of this new band that people are saying are pretty good. And he put in, and we start skating, and like, It Smells Like Teen Spirit comes on, and like you could see us all skating to it. And that was the first moment. I got it on video. My dad was videotaping us. I was probably maybe 14, maybe 15. I don't know. I mean, Axl Rose can't sing like he used to, but he still can do a little bit more than Vince Neil can. And like, I don't know, like when he did that tribute for Lisa Marie Presley, I gotta say I actually watched that a few times. Like, I think that was good. Isn't my birthday this month? No, my birthday was last week. My birthday was the 25th. Which is weird because my mom told me I was born a little bit early, you know. Sometimes that happens. But my due date was actually today. Today was supposed to be my birthday. But, so you guys can say happy birthday to me now. I'm just kidding, don't. My birthday was on the 25th. You don't love country music, but then you have flashbacks. So wait, do you love country music? I don't know. To me, it's like in general, I don't like country. But then, like like if you can, like I like Willie Nelson. I like some of his songs. If you consider him country, like that's kind of different. I feel like it's different than some like of the other country that I feel like is like I don't like Garth Brooks or like I don't know. I mean, Taylor Swift started out as country, and I don't know. Is Kenny Rogers even country? I don't think so. Um, would have been, could have been, but never was. Oh yeah, Johnny Cash. Like he's considered country too, and I really like Johnny Cash. Um, oh, you were a bartender, and there was a bunch of country music. Best American music is not Melissa Etheridge. Sorry, Philip Phillips. You mean Wilson Phillips? Break free from the chains. Things will go your way. But what is the old stuff? Like, what's old? I'm thinking of stuff from like the 90s and stuff that my friends started listening to, and I was like, no, I can't. Today's your birthday, 46? See, I don't even know one Zach Bryan song. Phil Phillips of America. Oh, I don't know who that is. American Idol. Heavy metal, is today your birthday? Are we still in Aquarius? Anybody know? Hank, Patsy, Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson. I can get behind them. What's a movie that everyone loves but I hate? What's a movie that I love but most people hate? Um, I don't know. I remember when I left the movie The Village, everyone hated it. Everybody was like, "Oh, that was a waste of my 2 hours of my life." I actually liked it, but I don't know if that's my movie. It is your birthday. Well, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. Heavy metal vegan. Everybody wish him a happy birthday. So I think you're a fellow Aquarius. And we're almost exactly 2 years apart to the day. Aquarius, yeah, Aquarius is the best. I'm just kidding. I don't follow any of that what is it called? Astrology. But still, I'm just going to say Aquarius is the best because, drinking a Simply Spiked. Not sure what that is, but sounds like you're having fun. That's such an Aquarius thing to say. Why are you asking me that question? Did I ever live in an apartment and hear anything bad happen in another unit? I'm just curious. Why'd you ask me that question? Because the answer is yes. But I can't remember. Did I tell that story? Like, I feel like I did. Maybe I didn't. But yeah, yes, I did. I lived in a lot of apartments before I bought my house in 2010. Oh, okay, Simply Spiked is a spiked version of Simply Orange. Is it like the same company? Most people that live in apartments can say yes to that. I would disagree with you there. I don't think most people. Maybe a lot of people, but I don't think most. When I lived in, I mean, it, technically you asked me this question, so I'll answer this one. But the worst thing that ever happened didn't happen in another apartment. It happened in my apartment. But I'm not going to tell that story. So the story you want to hear is, okay, so I lived in D.C., Arlington to be precise, with my friend, and we were both investigators for we did the same thing. And I remember hearing somebody say that somebody was like stealing some jewelry or something in like apartment complex or something. I heard that through somebody else there. I don't remember how, but I remember that was in the back of my head, and it was like that week I heard it. And then I woke up, and it was late, and it was like 2:30 in the morning or something, and I woke up to like this bang, like somebody was kicking a door in. And in my head, like as I woke up, like my head was like, my brain put all this together, like what was going on, that whoever was like robbing these apartments had like kicked in the door of the people above us, and then they were going to come down to each apartment and eventually get to ours and kick our door in. And like, I had nothing in the apartment to defend myself with. And like, I literally was like, I just woke up. I didn't know what was going on. And I hear like yelling, and I hear like somebody like kicking a door in, like boom, boom. And I'm like, oh my God, we're dead. As soon as they come in here, we're dead. And we called 911, and we said it, and I looked out the peephole, and then I was like, okay, the people that are kicking the door down are the cops. So what happened? So this was like something that sounded so scary, but then when I found out what actually happened, it was like not scary. It was sad. But the lady that lived right next to us was really old, and she fell down into her tub earlier that day and was like barely able to scream or say anything. And it's weird because I didn't know this, but I did hear weird noises. I didn't think anything of it. I heard like weird, like, and I didn't know. I mean, I wish I knew because I would have helped. But I didn't know. And now it's 2:30 in the morning. Somehow, I don't think she called. I think somebody else called that heard her whining all night, and they called and said there's something going on downstairs or whatever. The cops came and they couldn't get in. They couldn't get any answers, so they kicked the door in and they saved this lady. She was really old and she couldn't move. So that's something bad that happened in another apartment. Yeah, if you're talking about the Worcestershire sauce, most Worcestershire sauce has anchovies in it. So there's a really good one called the Wizards, which is all vegan. It's by Edward and Sons. You can order it. Um, Oh yeah, we got a few recipes with some beans. You could use the white beans for like elderberry said for a chili, but you could make a white bean soup. You could just put them put them in with any other. You could make a white bean tacos. You love how I thought we were all going to die. Um, well, I didn't just think that as an irrational fear. Like, you guys are going to hate me, but I'm going to just say this. I'm not going to tell you the story, but something really bad happened to me where I almost did die. So I had reason to think that something bad was really going to happen because of something else that did happen to me. So that's all I can say. Besides, if I told the other story, this video would probably be taken down. You had a haunted apartment once? No, it's cool. I'm good. I'm good from it. Yeah, I'm good. But yeah, something really bad happened when I was younger. You almost died twice. I almost died 6 times, maybe 5 times. Do I believe in ghosts? That's kind of funny you asked that because I was explaining my theories on ghosts earlier in the stream. Um, I've definitely experienced some paranormal things, but like for me, I feel like I'll just say it again real quick because I already explained it earlier. But I feel like it's more plausible that scientifically it could be like interdimensional beings or aliens or future us rather than ghosts. But like Mulder said, I want to believe. It fascinates me. It intrigues me. I want to believe, but like I'm very skeptical. I have had many near-death experiences. I'm surprised I'm alive. One of them that I can tell without, you know, the most interesting one that I want to tell, I shouldn't tell. I've told it to one or two people on here, and they've said that no, do not tell that story. So maybe I will tell it someday, but definitely not right now. But one of the stories where I almost died, I actually did a whole video on it here on my YouTube, and that was the one where I got electrocuted, and I almost died there. Another one. I almost died going camping on top of a very snowy mountain that we shouldn't have been camping on called Snowy Mountain at the wrong time of the year. I almost died there. And so that's electric one. The other one that I just told you, I don't know if you can say if I've almost died or not, but I've escaped some almost really bad car accidents. I think my friend Matt, who's on here sometimes, can vouch for that, because one time, if it wasn't for a little guardrail, we probably all would have been dead. But I don't know if I can really count that as almost dying or not. So far we still only have two. And then the third one is the one that I'm not going to tell you guys. I definitely thought I was dead that night. And then there's one other one, which I'm not going to elaborate on either, where I was very close to probably dying, or at least being very not normal, healthy how I am. And then other than that, I think that's four or five times, like legit almost died. So I'm lucky, and I feel like, I mean, that's honestly part of the reason why, like, I'm kind of, people that know me well know me that I'm kind of a recluse. Like, I know I should be more outgoing and stuff, but like, I'm not, because like, I know how frail we are, and it's like, sometimes I just want to avoid everything. But I'm not completely like that anymore. That's how I was like that for a long time. Anyway, whatever. Oh, I didn't know that, Rebecca. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry for your loss. Did I see any bright lights or anything biblical? I did when I got electrocuted. It's true what they say. My life flashed before my eyes, like so fast. I could think everything. I thought of everything. I thought of all the good things, the bad things, and the things I would never do in my life. I thought of my mom and my dad, my brother, sister. And then I said goodbye. I thought there's nothing I could do, and I accepted it. And things didn't go dark. It was from the outside in. It was very, very bright and white, and it kind of closed in like this in a circle until I couldn't see anything anymore. And then I like sat up from the ground, because my friend pushed me off. He pushed me off. I couldn't let go. And then I woke up. My feet were all contorted, and they hurt so bad, and my fingertips. But I was okay. I was fine. I was okay. And I never even told my mom or dad or anything, because I didn't want them to be like, "You're not allowed to go back over there again." I'm like, well, I got to go back over there because, like, they're my best skateboarding buddies, you know? Potato tacos. Yeah, potatoes are like kind of like nice and crispy and done right. A little bit of seasoning on them. They're good. You throw them in burritos, tacos. Am I still friends with the friend who saved me from being electrocuted? So he's one of three friends so my friend Matt is the other one, that we all went vegetarian the same day. And me and this friend that pushed me off, we both have a tattoo right here on we both gave ourselves a little tattoo. And that kind of marked the day that we went vegetarian. And I hadn't seen him in a long time. He came over to my house like maybe a year or two ago, but it was like real quick. He came there because he's got a construction business now. He came there, like I saw him for like maybe 15 minutes. He came there to do something to help me fix the siding on my house, and that was it. So he invited me to his Christmas party, and I went. I had never been to his new house. He's doing really well. and I got to hang out with him for a little bit. Couple days before Christmas at his Christmas party, and that was the first time seeing him. I said, hey, come here, let me see your hand, and I took a picture of both of our hands together with the tattoos that we have. Yeah, he knows. He knows. He pushed me off. He actually did the same thing for his girlfriend. Shortly after the same thing happened to her. You would read my autobiography. Yeah, I probably could write a decent one, especially the entire time that I went hitchhiking and stuff. I did a whole video on that, and I had, might as well get it all out. 8 years vegan in July. Nice. Congrats on that. Do I like olives? I love olives. When I lived in New York City, I used to go to this place called Fairway, and I would buy these like fresh olives. And there was I always tried different ones, and then I found one that were my favorite. These I don't remember what they're called. I think they were these like they were like French, and I think they had noir in the name. So night French noir. Anyway, I would get like a whole big tub of them. I'd go home and I would just snack on them when I would watch a movie. Loved olives. Well, I mean, I did there's a whole video that tells exactly how it happened and stuff, but basically there was a camper outside and it wasn't grounded and we had electricity in it. It was a disaster waiting to happen. Like, I'm surprised none of us died. I came close to dying because it like electrocuted me until I passed out. I literally passed out. If they weren't there, they would have found me dead. For real. January 14th was your 10 year. Wow, that's a good one. You're a decade of vegan. Congrats on that. 6-year vegan last week. Congrats on that. Dana, 10 years vegan. Congrats. Oh, these gloves. Yeah, I love these gloves too. They keep me warm. And they're not bulky. Barely even know I have them on. Well, Linda's a great moderator here. Linda, maybe you can grab that video for those that want to know and link it. You might not be able to. I might have posted that on my other channel. That might be why you not be able to find it. How I almost died. Part 1, part 2. What did I touch? All I touched was the side of the door as I lowered myself down on the ground. But that's all you needed. The whole thing was electrified. And since it's not grounded, the electricity is not going anywhere in the ground. And it needs to go into the ground. So when my foot touches the ground, the way electricity works is I'm now the ground for it. So the electricity wants to go to the ground. So it's going from the camper through my body into the ground. And it's true, when you're getting electrocuted, your muscles all tense up. You can't untense your muscles. So all my muscles started tensing up, and my hand that grabbed onto the side of the camper tightened up so hard that I was hanging by my own hand. I couldn't let go. And it was holding hard enough that I was just literally hanging there. I wasn't standing up. I was hanging there with my feet dangling on the ground as I was trying my best to let go, because I could still think in my head. The first thing I thought was, oh my God, I'm getting electrocuted. Don't scream. Don't wake his mom up. Just let go. And I tried to let go and I couldn't. And I'm like, okay, screw that. I screamed as loud as I could. I said, bloody murder. I screamed, help me. Help me. Loud as I could. And nothing was happening. And it seemed like forever. And then I started thinking, like, I've never driven a car. I've never kissed a girl. I've never done any of these things in my life. I'm not going to say goodbye to my parents. I'm not going to be able to say goodbye to my grandma. Like, I mean, I'm only, I think I was 14 at the time. I'm like, I'm only 14. That wasn't very old. Like, I didn't really make it that far. And then I tried with everything to, like, not die. But then after it started going white coming in, I'm like, I just kind of gave up. I'm like, well, there's nothing I can do. I guess we'll find out if there's a heaven or not. And I just said, all right, goodbye. And everything went white. Boom. And then I remembered sitting up. I don't remember anything except for sitting up and opening my eyes. And my friend was in the doorway of the camper. And my other friend, his little brother, was on the side of me. He could have easily unplugged it, but he panicked. He was even younger than us. He panicked and he just started crying. So I'm sitting here like this. I'm not crying or anything. I'm just like, my friend's looking at me from upstairs. He's like, are you fine? I'm like, and his brother's crying like, oh my God, it's not funny. And then my friend hesitated because he was on the phone with his brand new girlfriend who he's married with to today. So, you know, that's over 30 years. That's pretty good. And he's on the phone with her. And he's like, he thought I was messing with him, so he didn't get up immediately to help me. And he's like, okay, I got to go. I think, hold on, are you still going to be there? Okay, wait right there, okay? I got to go do something, okay? All right? That's what he said he did, like something like that. So then he finally put the phone down, and he walked over, and I don't know what I asked him last month when I saw him. I was like, you know, like, what, did you, like, kick me? Did you push me? He's like, I don't remember. But I don't remember either because I was passed out when he did it. So, whose fault was it? Like he didn't live with a dad. In fact, I never ever met his dad ever. So he never saw his dad. He lived with a single mom, and she obviously did not know anything about the camper, anything. She knew nothing. So it was literally put there. I mean, she probably allowed the camper to be there. I don't even know where it came from. I don't know if it was her boyfriend. I don't know. But it was basically just the kids, my friends, that kind of hooked electricity up to it, not knowing, you know, how bad it could turn out. I mean, they knew enough that you'd get shocked if you touched the ground, but they weren't. One of them, I guess, did tell me, but he didn't. He basically said, "Oh, just make sure you jump out and don't touch the side." I didn't hear him, and I don't even if I did, I wouldn't have known what he meant by that. You know, like he should have been like, "Don't touch the side, or you'll get electrocuted." But that's not what he told me. So he went out before me, and he kind of just jumped out. I was barefoot, and it was raining. Not hard, it was sprinkling. I kind of just grabbed the side and like kind of lowered myself down because I didn't know if there was like rocks or stones I was going to jump with bare feet on. So I slowly kind of let myself down. And as soon as my toes touched the ground, started getting electrocuted. There's more in the video that I made. If you do show the video, if you do go to my video on my other page, it shows that video. And I put some pictures in there too. And we were talking about it too, because that house that we were at, they recently tore it down. And he's like, that it just happened. Like within the last 6 months, they tore that house down. I was traumatized from electricity after that. I like literally when I actually went back to my parents' house and stuff, I literally pulled my bed away from the wall. I didn't want to be anywhere near any kind of outlet or anything. I was so scared. I had nightmares of like this big construction guy, like, really big construction guy with like dirt all over his face and oil and the hard hat and everything. And like walking up to me and like looking up and like having like this big like cut off cable with like sparks coming everywhere, and he like puts it on me, and like I had that dream like at least 3 or 4 times, like 6 months, like within 6 months after that happening. I'm good now, but like I don't want to get tased or shocked or anything. Did it give me any special physical abilities? I remember everything. Maybe that's what it gave me. I don't know. Maybe it did something and I don't know. Maybe I feel like I'm kind of psychic sometimes. Maybe that did that for me. I feel like there's a lot of coincidences that go on with me and I don't realize it. And it's like some of the stuff is too scary to even be like, there's no way that this you know? Wooden shoes, create it. They're not that comfortable. Is that it, Linda? I'll just pin it there. Thank you if you found it. It is on my second channel. If you guys are interested, it's basically what I just said, but it's more detail. I do have a pretty photographic memory. When I think of things, I'm looking at like photos of how things were. Ooh, you got a vegan commercial. That's nice. Oh, you know what? Yeah, there I am over here. I keep forgetting I'm on the webcam too. So you guys, I'm telling these stories through a different point of view here because my camera doesn't want to work. Camera's being such a jerk. I wish it would work again. That's my doggy. It's like it's trying to work a little bit, but at the same time it's like, nah, I don't want to work. I forgot how bad the quality is for the stream. I'm like trying. I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's working again. Wait, no, it's not working. It was working. There it goes. Come on. Come on. You can do it. I'm all kinds of weird colors right now. Okay, that's... Come on. I don't know. I think it's the port in my camera. I don't think it's the cord or anything like that. It's... Work. Doesn't want to work. All right. Well, I mean, that's not good, but... It's being stubborn. But the cheap webcam works. Any thoughts on fasting? If it works for you, go for it. I actually fast. I usually fast for most of the day, and then I'll eat later at night. And I'll usually go at least sometimes 14 hours, 15 fasting. It seems to keep me healthy and fit for the most part. The connection with the computer. Well, the video that I'm talking about, it's like it's a video standalone for that. There's a thumbnail for it and everything. It's like a blue thumbnail in the background. You know, I didn't eat anything for 3 days on my birthday and after. But that was because I got sick on my birthday. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was food poisoning or I don't know what the heck happened, but I did not eat for the next couple days. Anything. An old gas stove called the Magic Chef almost blew up your apartment. He said he's done that for 40 years. So what do you mean? What did he do for 40 years? Find stoves that blew up like that? I don't know. When I'm fasting, I don't even really crave food until later. Like most of the time, I won't eat and then I'll go to sleep and then I'll wake up and I won't even be hungry then, and then I'll eat something for the next few hours. And then if I'm going to do it again the next day, or it's just, I mean, it doesn't, like, I don't really ever plan to do anything specific like that, but I eat when I want to eat, and then sometimes I just end up fasting, and that's just how it's been for me for a long time. Have I ever had vegan tuna casserole? Elderberry asks. I actually, I actually made a whole video on vegan tuna casserole because, and I didn't use mashed chickpeas either, but because that was one of the dishes my mom used to make me when I was a kid that I absolutely hated and didn't want anything to do with. So I thought it'd be a fun video to all these years later make a vegan tuna casserole with my mom. So yeah, I do have a recipe for that out there, and I think that's the first and only time I made it since or had it since I was a kid. The vegan version is good, but man, when I was a little kid, I hated those nights. He worked for the gas company. So what exactly was he saying? Like that he's seen something like that before? Or he needed to take that out for you so nothing blew up? Or was he the cause of it? I guess I don't understand. What's next on the video ideas, my video ideas? Yeah, I'm lacking the video ideas right now, and mostly because I'm really spending a lot of time working on my movie. So that's what I'm doing behind the scenes right now. And unfortunately, I haven't really been doing anything on the YouTube channel. I do have a couple new products that I would like to try in front of the camera and do some videos on that. So, and if there's any suggestions and it's doable right now, then maybe I'll do that. But I can't really do any really big videos right now because I'm just most of my time is I need this movie to be done this year, so I'm really cramming on it. Wait, I just said cramming right when I read your cramming too. Wait, cramming stuff in their mouth. That was not intentional either. Humans are not meant to be eating and cramming stuff in their mouths all day long. I know, that's exactly it too. Think about it. Like think about I mean we've evolved to do a lot of things that, that's just natural. But think about back in the days, like we didn't always have food available. Like people think if you don't eat, I know how much you're supposed to have, but I can go without eating food or a lot of food. Like some people think that they can't make it. Like, oh, if I don't have food, I didn't eat breakfast today. Like I need like I know you want it, but like your body can survive without eating all day every day. I'm not telling people not to eat or starve themselves or anything like that. I'm just saying the human body is capable of doing that, and I had no problem when I didn't want to eat though the other day. Like I had no desire to eat any food after I got sick like that. I didn't eat for 3 days, so and then I decided to slowly try to eat again. Do I ever get to babysit my niece? No, I don't. I don't ever do that. I should take you to the haunted mansions in my area. You know, we actually went. I don't think I can do it now, but I don't know if I videotaped it or not. Maybe it was a long time ago though. We went to these abandoned mansions. Like I was just gonna say like what mansions around here, but there really were like 3 or 4 abandoned mansions on this land that we went to, and we went down this long dirt road to get to, and it was like almost as if they had a pool there and everything was overgrown. It was like almost like just like people lived there and then they just left like immediately, and they never took their stuff. They just left, and it was really creepy. I wonder if I can find those videos, if I even did take a video. You like the vegan on a budget? Um, you know, I haven't done like a vegan at like what's vegan at, you know, Aldi in a while. That's been a while. And obviously Trader Joe's always getting new stuff, but they won't let me film there, so that's always, you know, a bummer. That's so funny, Josh, that you just asked me if I have any 80s toys. I think my light just went out. If I have any 80s toys, like G.I. Joes and Transformers, because literally about not even an hour before I went live, I was talking to a friend about my, I've got like the whole Voltron still in the box. And, you know, we were talking about that, but I still do have all of my toys. In fact, I got Chewbacca right here. Let's see. Oh, this is the camera. I forgot. Different camera. We got the original Chewbacca from the 70s. I've got all of my Transformers. I've got G.I. Joe. I've got Battle Beast, the little muscle figurines. I've got some Bionic 6. I've got, I think, a Thundercat or two, a He-Man or two. My favorite toys, though, were definitely Transformers. Transformers and Voltron were my main two, and I do have a bunch of GI Joe. Um, do I have a favorite car or brand? You know, I really liked having a truck. I had a Ford F-150, but I sold it years ago, and I just haven't been able to really afford a new car lately. So I've got the same car that I've had for the last 14 years. Um, I would love to be able to buy a brand new nice car, but right now, got to work on the movie for free. Working on the movie for free sucks because you're doing all this work and you're not getting paid to do it, but you know you got to do it. So I'm just waiting to get to a better time where, okay, um, got to go through the bad time to get to the good time is what I'm hoping for. My brothers both own Teslas. When I don't eat for hours, what do I drink? You know, that's the other thing. Like, I mean, I only usually ever drink water or tea. Or, I mean, not that it really counts because I don't think it's really a drink. It's more of a meal, but like a smoothie. I don't drink anything. I don't drink soda. I don't drink coffee. Um, I don't drink energy drinks. So for me, it's just water. But I'm not even like huge. Like if I'm thirsty, I'll drink. But I'm not always thirsty. Like today, I really haven't drank much of anything. Maybe a couple sips of my water bottle, and that's it. So maybe I lack on drinking water a lot. But when I'm thirsty, like It's water for me. Water does it for me. And lemon is all, yeah, lemon's good in your water. Apple cider vinegar. I didn't even, Josh, I didn't even have to finish your sentence before I knew I was going to tell you Storm Shadow by the time I got that. So for me, it was Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. And I have both of those figurines too. Action figures. You know who else I loved? I love Zartan because he actually turned color in the sun. I love Zartan. And there was Tomax and Zaymont. Globulus. Thank you again. Wow, AJ, thank you so much. I'm glad you like my stories. I've got lots of stories, so like if you guys like the stories, I can come on here and we can talk stories. You know, we open up a vegan cuts box and then we get into the stories. I got lots of them. Like I said, I just used this in my water for the first time ever last week. Well, it was after I got sick. I needed something other than, because all I was doing was sipping a little bit of water. I was so thirsty. It's the worst when you're thirsty. Like the best thing in the world is just like the only thing you want more than money or any is just water. Like just to sip some water when you're that dehydrated and thirsty. And I couldn't chug it because I didn't want to get sick again. So I just like wet my lips. I'm like, I want this so bad. But anyway, after I got a little bit, better to be able to drink stuff, this stuff is what this stuff. Wrong camera. I opened this up in the Vegan Cuts box. It's actually really good. I've never had any of this stuff in my water before, but I was told that I should probably have some electrolytes. So I found one of those up in my pantry, probably from another Vegan Cuts box, and I put it in the water. And I was surprisingly, I loved Ultima, really good. So I'm glad you guys love story time. I can't believe how late it is already. Oh, but yeah, for those of you wondering, Indy is he's still the same. He's upstairs on his bed right now, but he still cannot walk on his own. That was people. I think people are confusing that with him being in pain, and I don't think he's in pain. He's got, I don't think it's arthritis. I think what it is a neurological thing going on with his leg. So luckily he's not in pain. And he's just losing the ability to walk on his legs. So he will walk if I give him a little bit of a boost. I put a little leash under him and I kind of hold him up a little. I don't put 100% of my pressure on it, just a little bit. It gives him enough to be able to walk. And I take him outside and, he does his business and stuff. And then we walk around because I need him to walk. I walk him like that several times a day and feed him. It was just his birthday, too. He just turned 13. And Rachel made him a cake. And he just had the last of his cake last night. So him and Zeke got some doggy cake. They loved it. What is up, zombie PDs? PD's Ponderings. We're just having a good night here, just talking about different, things, stories, whatever. Talking about my dog right now. You can tell if they're in pain. Different ways you move them, the way they react to you. Different things like that. Like I can pick him up like that and he's fine. He's a little stubborn though. There's a difference between the pain and the stubbornness. Also like eating and stuff. Like he hasn't stopped eating. He seems like he's still like, he still seems happy other than he can't walk around on his own. So yeah, he just turned 13 years old. Yeah, the neuropathy. That's what the vet said. They said if the paw, which is supposed to be like this when you walk, they said that if it buckles up like this when he walks, That's a sign of the neuropathy, and that's exactly what his paw is doing. And I was wondering, like, I had an idea, maybe it exists, but are there any kind of like compression socks that you could put over it that would make it so it wouldn't buckle? It would like maybe always be like that. I think that would work if I could find something like that. Yes, it's only Indy's back. It seems to only be his back left leg, but he's letting most of his weight go on both back legs by, not being able to really use the left leg. Your dog has bronchitis or congested lungs, and he's 18. That's a good ripe age for a dog. Most dogs don't make it that long. You can make your own compression. I'm just not sure how. Maybe I'll have to Google it, see what I can do. Or maybe there's something on like Amazon or something. Did you guys see that Carvel now has vegan ice cream cake, and like ice cream saucer, ice cream sandwiches, like Oatly ice cream? I really want to go check that out. I want to try some of that. Your dog is 14. It's What are you doing? I put a little bandana around him. You got bandana on? You got your bandana? Indiana's upstairs. Oh, I just watched the new Indiana Jones, by the way. Yeah. Didn't I? So, this is a little bandana right here. It's a vegan zombie one. I made it a long time ago. I found it over there and threw it on Zeke. He looks good in it. How was it? It wasn't as good as the other ones, and it was really long. I feel like it was too long, but I guess I'm glad I saw it because it wraps up the Indiana Jones series. Right, it does, doesn't it? And John Rhys Davies is in it. He played Gimli. He was in the first Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. That date saved him. He saved him from that date. Remember that? You're a whole dog. Are you sniffing all those goodies right there? Are you sniffing the goodies? Yeah. Dogs live in. Dogs are like, I know it's sad. Like, I remember when I first met Indy, just a little pup. Now, I wish he could still walk, but I mean, he eats better than I do. I mean, they eat some good, clean, vegan food. Yeah, not only do they get their kibble, but I also make their food for them. I make fresh food for them that they eat. They love it. Yeah, I would never, Gomez. Thank you. Yeah, I guess we are like elves in that respect. I got a scratch that I got to I wish I had some water down here. I don't. talking too much without drinking any water. I don't know if I can talk anymore. I might have to go. I'm like choking. Thank you, Petey's. I gotta go back there to the Dollar Tree. I don't think I can talk anymore. I might have to end this. What's up, Deviant? I've used some of those organic, all-natural cough drops, but I don't have any right now. I don't feel like this is a cough. It's like I have a scratch on my throat. I can't. It doesn't feel good. My inventors in gardening are not doing good right now because nothing's going on right now. It's just like an Iceland out there. It's super 29 degrees out right now. But I got a bunch of plants. They're not like gardening, but I keep all the plants alive. I got a really, really big pothos, and I got a cutting of a more rare, more expensive variegated monstera that I'm trying to get to grow a little bit bigger. But other than that, I don't have anything that's growing any fruits or veggies. Yeah, I don't know. I started getting that tickle in my throat, and now I forgot what we were talking about here. Oh, yeah, I want to do more of the dollar store, the Dollar Tree. Maybe I'll do another video. I was actually just in there the other day because they've got some pretty cheap. It's like $1.25 for vegan soap. So I bought a bunch of bars of vegan soap. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing mostly, but I do want to get, like, I mean, it's nice that I can easily do this live stream for you guys and jump on here, but I apologize for not putting out as many of my YouTube videos, but like I said, I'm working on the movie and it's coming along. It's looking good, and I just need to get it done, and it's hard to do a YouTube video when you spend all this time working on, a movie all day. Well, in my case, I usually do it at night. Wrist stabilizers maybe, but it would have to fit around a dog leg, which is a lot skinnier. Yeah, the Dollar Tree does have a lot of good stuff for, we want vegan on a budget. There we go. You heard about my movie on Ryan's stream. Oh, cool. Yeah. It looks like here. I'm gonna skip this. Yeah, it's coming along nicely. I know it's a long time coming, but it's got a lot of work into it so far, and it's looking good, So, and I'm going at a good pace right now, so I don't want to stop. I feel like if I stop for too long, take a break, then it's harder to get motivated to get back into it again, because there really is so much work. But the more I do, the more it's coming together, and the more I want to see what else is going to how the rest of the movie is going to look, So Um, Produce that, yes. I have one gift certificate to Whole Foods, which I hope is still valid, and so I do. I just haven't been there. I haven't been to Whole Foods, but I do want to use it when I go there. But if I drove there just to use that, it'd be like more gas money to go there and back than it was worth. It's only like $25. Um, so, but maybe I can make a video and go out to Whole Foods, make a video and come back, use that card. There's not I don't have a trailer or anything, but I did a little teaser of, it's like an unofficial teaser. It's not like, it wasn't meant to be a teaser. It's just like just a little tiny scene that I did. And, it's one of the last, one or two videos that I have up on this channel. So just go to my most recent videos on this channel and it'll say A44. You'll see it. And it's about like a minute and a half long. You can go check that out. That's just a little bit of it. There's still, there's so much more to do with it. I still got to put like the sound effects in, music, score, color grade, all that stuff. But right now I'm still in the rough edit of it. So a lot of people call it whole paycheck because that's what it takes to get a bag of groceries there. Yes, exactly. You understand a lot goes into making a movie, more than people I think imagine. Aren't they opening a Whole Foods closer to me? Not that I know of. I know that they've talked about it in the past, but it came and gone, came and went. The closest one to me now, the closest one used to be down where AJ was, but now it's in Rochester. They made one in Rochester, which is about an hour and a half from me. Eventually, yes, I will make a trailer, but not until I have the rough edit done. No, there's no subway here in Syracuse. There is there's a bus system though. Yeah, no problem, Petey's. Where would the movie be released? I don't know the answer to that yet. When it's done, I'm going to talk to some people, and we're going to talk about distribution and whether it'll be out somewhere, or if we got to shop it at film festivals first, or if it'll be like a downloadable thing. So, we were actually just talking about Indy literally right before you jumped on Deviant. He's doing good. He's still, obviously he can't walk on his own, but other than that, he's doing good. Yeah, we have the two Amazon warehouses here. So if I order something like on Amazon, I'll literally get it tomorrow, most of the time. But yeah, we don't have a Whole Foods here. I wonder. I wonder how it does out there with Wegmans being predominant out there. Yeah, they have donuts. I love the Whole Foods pizza too. I really like the pizza. What? Oh. We do have a Costco. They built. I did a video on it here on my channel. It's probably 20 minutes from me. I've only been there twice. Once with a friend where we did a video, and the second time I had a gift card there, so I went there. But I don't have like a subscription to it or anything. Oh, the part that piqued your interest about my channel was my name. The horror fan and the undead are high on my list. Well, yeah, I don't know if you know, I don't know what Ryan said about the movie, but yeah, my movie is is a horror movie first and foremost. It's a horror movie with a vegan theme to it. So I wanted to be able to make a horror movie, a zombie movie, but at the same time, there's it'll be like the first vegan movie that's not making fun of veganism and also not a documentary. So I would hope that a lot of vegans would want to see this just because of the vegan message of it, even people that aren't horror fans. But I would also hope that horror fans would watch this movie and say that it's a standalone, good horror movie, even if they, I mean, I'm not going to get everybody to go vegan by the movie. Like, that is the intention, but not everybody's going to do it. So, with that in mind, I want somebody to watch the movie and say, yeah, that was a cool zombie movie. It's pretty cool. So, I've got one Trader Joe's near me. And of course, they won't let me film there. So I got to drive like an hour if I want to go to one that will probably not care if I film. Yeah, vegan horror is a niche. That's why partly I came up with the name A44. You don't know what it is. I feel like some people, if they know something's vegan, they're not going to want to watch it. So, no, Erie Boulevard won't let me film. In fact, the first time that they told me to stop doing, well, they only told me once, and some places I would just try to keep doing it again back in the day, but they told me not to do it, and then I didn't. I never tried again. But they like, the dude got right in my face like he wanted to fight me. He's like, what are you doing? You can't do it. I'm like, is there a problem? Like, what? Like, I'm making a video. You can't do that here. Turn it off now. I'm like, but I talked to a manager here before, and he said he didn't care. He goes, nope, that's not the case anymore. Like, dude, get out of my face, man. You're too close to me. Like, and then after that, anytime I'd come in, they'd follow me around like I was stealing something. How do I know? Because I used to be loss prevention. I know when somebody's following me. And they used to follow me. So, like, and then I had it out with, like, I mean, I didn't have it out, but, like, I gave her my 2 cents. Like, the manager came up to me, can I help you with something? I'm like, why are you following me around? Well, just to make sure. I'm like, look. I was like, look, like, I've only done positive things for your store. Like, I've only done positive videos of, like, what you guys have for make people come here and want to buy your products. Like, I don't know why they're like, well, we have a policy that, we don't allow this and everything. And it's like, is there anybody I can talk to override that? Like, I mean, she's like, nope. I mean, they just weren't very nice about it at all. There was another manager. I don't know who he was, but he recognized me. He knew who I was. This is before any of this happened. And he saw me doing what I was doing, and he came up to me, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just making a video. And he's like, I've seen your videos. I'm like, oh, cool. And he's like, we're not really supposed to let you do it, but, like, you're good. You're good. And I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. Like, I'm just, because, like, I wasn't filming any customers in the store. All I'm doing is, like, filming the product, showing what it is, how much it is, showing people what is there. And that was my thing, And then I'd make a video, like, what's new at Trader Joe's that's vegan. And, like, I never, like, showed people in the store and stuff like that. And they just they put a sign out there just, because I was doing that. Like, no filming or taking a picture. It's like, I can't even take a picture. Sometimes I can't read the ingredients. And sometimes I want to just take a picture and blow it up so I can read the ingredients. But they're on me. They're, like, right on me. Like, I'm not allowed to do it. I'm not even allowed to take my phone out without them being, like, right up in my face, So Trader Joe's, as much as you love them, you also got to hate them. By the way, I was never rude or anything. But wait, where'd it go? Where'd it go? No, I probably shouldn't. I can't say anything. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not saying anything. Well, you're lucky, Trenny. You're lucky that you're filming there. I'm not. I'm not as lucky as you. Maybe you should come to mine and film there. So yeah, so it just makes my job harder because what I got to do if I want to show you guys the new products at Trader Joe's, I literally got to go there and I have to buy everything. And I might not want to use everything, but I got to buy everything, which is what I did like the last time I did a video like that. I had to buy everything there and then I have to show you guys, you know, like, and then I have to hope that my video makes enough money to reimburse what I bought to make the video. Otherwise, I'm just like spending money to make a video, which is what I do or was doing for a living, making YouTube videos, to make a video that, like, what am I doing? What am I doing anymore? It doesn't, I don't know. Freaking pandemic ruined everything. It was doing well. It was a good thing before it. And then after it, just everything went downhill. That's exactly what I was just going to say, and then I said I'm not going to say it, so I probably shouldn't talk about it. You know, I think they know who I am when I go in there, so they don't want me to do that kind of thing. Somebody there knows, and they know to look out for me. So if I even take my phone out of my pocket, they're going to come up and tell me to leave. So, you know, if I'm going there and I need food, I'm like, well, I better not, you know, try to do anything. I guess what I could do, but it's just not as cool as I could just go to their website and snap pictures of it and then make a video like, oh, this is what they got. I don't know. I like to actually get the products or like look at some of the products at least and then try it. Deviant, thank you for that super chat for the next Trader Joe's haul. I'll get something. Maybe I'll get. You know what I need? I need some more of that smoked paprika, and some of that. You know what I like to get. You know, like I know certain little things I like to get at different stores because it's cheaper at different stores. Trader Joe's is good if you want to get maple syrup. You can get a decent amount for cheaper. Smoked paprika, definitely. Their vegan butter is cheaper than anywhere else. I don't know if you guys noticed, but vegan butter has gone. All butter has gone up like through the roof. Just so expensive. So they have their Trader Joe's, which is very similar to the Miyoko's. It might even be, and it's a decent price. And then one cereal that I always liked that's not vegan anymore, they have a vegan version of it, and I get that, and it's just their version of cornflakes. Vegan. No D3. So usually when I go to Trader Joe's, that's what I'll get. Boom. And you know what they used to have that I'm still upset that they haven't had this in like at least a couple years. And it's like every time I go there, I still look for it, and I know it's not going to be there. But their vegan mac and cheese, you know, I know it wasn't like the best out of the thing, but once you put like, you know, a little bit of hot sauce and maybe a little bit of seasoning on it, that was my favorite stuff. Their mac and cheese, that little tub of mac and cheese. Yeah, Trini, yeah, their butter is pretty cheap, less than $3. How long have we been on here? You're right, it's not, but it's in a lot of ingredients. It's an ingredient in a lot of things that I end up making to bring to different places, you know, that I need, or if I'm going to make a video that I've needed for. like over the holiday. You know, I made those cookies and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta buy butter because I normally don't, and it's like $6, $7, $8. I'm like, what happened to this? Different kind of mac and cheese. Target has a good variety of different mac and cheeses, but it's not the same thing. Like the Trader Joe's is already made mac and cheese. Alpaca llama. If maybe your Trader Joe's still does have the mac and cheese. Mine doesn't. I've never had the Kraft mac and cheese, and I've never had the Tyson nuggets. PDs. I am pretty bundled up here. It's 29 degrees here. But I normally keep my house pretty cold. I'm down in the basement too. Yeah. The vegan enchilada is really good. Wait, straight edge? Yeah, straight edge. Dana's World, thank you for the super chat, for the cause. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Like that. What am I doing for the Super Bowl? When is the Super Bowl? That should tell you everything you need to know. I don't even know when the Super Bowl is. They crank up the vegan prices to force us to buy dairy. Well, the dairy is subsidized, whereas the vegan is not. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, I have had the goodles, the goodles. Unfortunately, right now I don't have a regular stream schedule. I used to stream every Wednesday, but right now it's just kind of whenever I get the time to do it. And I had a vegan cuts box to do this right now, but I usually stream at least once a week on average. It's been a little different now since I'm really trying to focus my main energy on the movie. Yeah, like my heat right now I think is at like 61 or something. It's a little cold. And I'll kind of fluctuate that. Like if it gets super cold, I might crank it up to maybe 64 or 65 and then turn it back down when I go to sleep. But unfortunately, I am out of wood and I use the fireplace a lot, but I'm out of wood, so you work in a school and it's crazy they only serve dairy to kids. They see that's something they need to change because like it's weird because like they're so allergen friendly, like oh we can't have peanuts or anything in the school, but it's like so why can't you have something that like kids that don't eat meat and dairy can eat, that sucks. Oh yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, don't if you don't got it, you can't donate. So I appreciate it though. Yeah, yeah. I personally like soy milk better. than almond milk. And it's better for you too. Wait, Rebecca, you're typing and petting that. See, that's a skill. You're typing and petting a dog on your left and your cat on your right. How? You should be on America's Got Talent for sure. Alpaca's favorite mac and cheese is the purple carrot creamy cavatappi. I've got some different mac and cheese that I got to try out that a company sent me. I did try one of their flavors not too long ago. It's pretty good, and they sent me their other one too. And then I've got like a different, like I've got the Howl mac and cheese. Howl. I keep thinking the camera's right there, but it's not. I mean, it is, but it doesn't work. I always did too, Rebecca. I always hated milk too. It was because my grandma told me I could have some milk, and it was really sour and bad. And I always really hated milk before that too. You know, for me, in order to eat it, it would have to be really, really, really cold, and it would be on like a bowl of, you know, Cocoa Pebbles or Fruity Pebbles or Cookie Crisp. We're talking about back in the 80s. Either that or chocolate milk, but also really cold. Otherwise, I didn't want it. You like the Upton's mac and cheese? No, I do. I do have a heater in the house. I prefer to keep it down. I mean, it's not as cold as you might think it looks in here. I mean, I'm good with just the hoodie on, and I threw a hat on right here. I didn't want to wash my hair, so I threw on a hat, and that's that. Gator Firewood Cast. He will drop firewood off, and his prices are good. What are his prices for a cord of wood? Because I know what I can get right down the street here. Oh, you went to Bargain Grocery? Nice. I just scored some sweet deals the last time I went to. I got some of that Daring chicken. What did you get there when you went? The gloves are what's making me look cold. And it's like I got this itch in my nose. I keep trying to itch it. They got rid of the vegan nacho cheese at Taco Bell. Yeah, I only had that once. But then again, that's the only time I've been to Taco Bell since I stopped going. Um, 75, 82 years ago delivered. That's pretty good because a cord where I go would be 92 without being delivered. Is it just you, or is vegan YouTube not even where it was 10 years ago? No, it's totally not. It's so different. That's why I just do whatever. I'm just doing my thing. I don't even... Here's another thing. I'm pretty sure I'm the oldest vegan YouTube channel that is still active. I don't know anybody that has had one longer. But yeah, I mean, things change, you know. I also gotta admit, I don't really pay too much attention to vegan YouTube. I mean, yeah, I have a vegan YouTube. I just do what I think is fun and what I think would help other people, and I just do that. And right now I'm used all that to make a movie to hopefully get people to think a little bit about veganism, because nobody's done that. Nobody's made a horror movie that is that's got a pretty strong vegan message to it. Not a feature horror movie. All these things happen like after writing it. Yeah. Another, wow. I can't believe it. Thank you so much. The Vegan Firewood Fund. I like that fund. Thank you, AJ. Appreciate that. Your soy is bad for you according to Peter Rogers, MD. That is simply not true. And that's not just coming from me and many other vegans, but go check out a very in-depth studies with Dr. Greger. He'll talk about soy not only not being bad for you, but actually being really good for you. And I'm first to say that for 34 years now, I've eaten a lot of soy, like almost every day of my life for 34 years. So you think Happy Healthy Vegan would give me a run for my money? As in what? For what do you mean by that? A run for my money. I started my channel in 2009. Yeah, but some of the raw channels, like I don't know, were they really like some of those people were like, I wouldn't even say if they were really vegan. I don't know. But my channel is it's 15 years, not 14, so 2009. So, yeah. I mean, I saw a lot of the people that are longtime YouTubers. I saw them create their channels and become like new YouTubers. Oh, really? I didn't think Happy Healthy Vegan was around when I was doing it. I don't even know if they were vegan back then, were they? Have they been vegan for more than 15 years? I don't think they have. Right here, Happy Healthy Vegan. Go to... You can't even see anything anymore. What's going on? Weird. Live playlist community store. Like, what's going on with YouTube? Why do they change stuff around like this? Store, live, shorts, videos, community. It doesn't say the about anymore on... Oh, there it is. Happy Healthy Vegan. They joined 4 years after I made my channel. So, yeah, they've been around for a long time. But they started in 2013. And I started in 2009. Anyway. Your sister went vegan in 1980 and then she found she was allergic to soy, but not you. Well, that's good that you're not allergic. Soy is one of the least amount of people, like out of like the allergens, soy is one of the ones that the least amount of people are actually allergic to. But I would hate it if I was allergic to soy. Happy Healthy Vegan since he's been vegan for 12 years. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I wasn't trying to be like a jerk or anything, but like a lot of those raw vegan channels were not vegan for the animals. They were like showing you from the ones I watched way back in the day, which I didn't see any that were before my channel, but the ones that I did watch from back then, they were more talking about like almost like neurotic about like the health aspect of what they were doing to the point where it was just a little bit too extreme, to the point where, you know, it wasn't, you know, taking health to a level that it wasn't healthy anymore. But nowhere in it did I see anything that was like vegan. And a lot of them ended up, you know, talking about or selling honey and stuff. Like, it was more of like a means to making money for some of these people. From what I saw, you know. Like, I just, like, the way I came up with my channel was, I'll just tell you this, like, I didn't see any vegan channels when I started my channel. In fact, I didn't see any cooking channels. So I wanted to start, I wanted to make a zombie movie. And I decided, like, because my dad was the one that told me, hey, check out this thing called YouTube. I'm like, oh, whatever, okay. So I made a YouTube channel, like, when YouTube came out, January of 2006, which was just a month or two after it was created. And then when I came up with the vegan zombie, like, there was no vegan anything on YouTube at all, nothing. From what I found, there was none, zero. So I said, I'm gonna make a vegan cooking show set in a zombie apocalypse, and, you know, hopefully maybe somebody will think it's fun and they'll decide to, you know, make some of these vegan things, and maybe they can go vegan, you know. But I want to make a movie, so I want to get better at filming, you know, zombie skits and stuff like that. So that's what I did. I started a vegan cooking channel, and I started uploading some of my videos that I was going to do anyway, whether I put them on YouTube or not. And it just kind of took off. And then the vegan part became the main thing, where the movie part was the back burner. But the movie part was always the main theme of the channel, you know? I wanted to make that movie. So we started a vegan cooking show. And then after that, then there was just like a boom where everybody was making vegan cooking, not just cooking, but vegan channels, you know, to help people go vegan. Like, I mean, anything you look for now, like, you can find, you know. But it wasn't like that back then. There wasn't no cooking channels, let alone vegan ones. Like, I'm not saying I'm the first cooking channel, but like, when I would see a cooking channel, it was like on the evening news. Like, we have a little segment of a chef making whatever they're making, and you'd watch it. And I thought that they were quite boring. Like, you know, like, I'm like, I like cooking, but like, these look boring. Like, how can I spice up a cooking show so that they're not boring? And I did that with zombies, you know. That's how I did it. Yeah, exactly. Why I'm no longer vegan. And that's why I actually did videos on, like, calling out some of those people. These are videos that I don't normally do, but like, I don't have a problem doing it. If somebody's going to call out why I'm no longer vegan, because you can't be vegan in the long run, I'm going to go on there and I'm going to be like, hey guys, look, you know, I'm on year 30 of being a vegan now. And, I just want to tell you that person just said everything they said was nonsense. Like, don't listen to them. I'm telling you that you can do it. It's not hard. And like, I'm living proof of that. I got many friends that are also living proof of it. Like, I just want people to know, like, they just didn't want to do it. And now they're coming up with excuses. So I'm calling out their bullshit and add hot sauce. Are you kidding me? Stream is over 3 hours. Yeah, I gotta go. I thanks for telling me that. I had no idea that we're on 3 hours. See, that's what even time is it? Yeah, it's almost dinner time for the dogs. Cooking with the vegan zombie. Yep. John said that on the first day we filmed, and I told him, I'm like, I'm gonna use that in front of every video, and he's like, you're no way, no you're not. And I'm like, yeah, I am. Yes, my dogs eat this late, but remember, I'm not ready for. I'm a night owl. Like I'll give you an example. Like to earlier today, I went to sleep at 9 in the morning. So I go to sleep, I wake up. Like this is not late for them. Exactly. When you're vegan, you don't even have to say when you're vegan for the animals because when you're vegan, that's what it's for. So when you're vegan, you don't go non-vegan. If you consider yourself plant-based, then maybe you're not going to be plant-based. But when you're vegan, like when you're vegan, you know why you're vegan, and you're vegan for a reason. And when I went vegan, I knew like this is what I'm going to do for life. But like it's like insane to me to even think like why would anybody even consider not being what is the appeal? Like I can eat anything I want. Like there's so many and it's all vegan. Everything vegan. If you're craving good food, then make some vegan food so you're full and you're not craving something that's not vegan. I personally, I don't crave anything that's not vegan because I guess my brain works differently. I break it down. I look at it for what it is. It's like, oh, do you want some of this like nice like pizza or chicken wings? Like, no. I know what that is. I know what that was. I know where that came from. I don't want that. I don't want anything to do with that. But some people, I'm still looking in this camera. I know you guys are right there. I got to get my camera fixed. So you went to bed today a couple hours before me. See, we're like almost on the same schedule. Imagine vegan zombie living in the graveyard shift. Hey, maybe it'll change when the movie's done. But right now, like I find it easiest to work throughout the night. Yeah, and you know what? And I believe him. I've felt the same way that John McDougall says that animal products and ingredients are food poisoning, and I feel the same way. Like animal, like that's how I explain it to my mom. I'm like, Mom, look, hold on. You made a beautiful, delicious, nutritious salad, but then you put a little bit of dressing on it that's not vegan. So what you did was you made this healthy, nutritious thing, and then you just put poison on it. Think of it that way. That's how I say it. And then there's lots of people, and there's like a movement right now that's trying to debunk veganism cannot be debunked. Like I've known that from the beginning. You can have a different opinion, but the facts pretty much have the backing. I don't even need to be biased. The facts are there that everything a human needs they can get within the realm of being a vegan. But there's like a huge movement right now trying to discredit vegans and say that everything we've been talking about, meat being bad for you and eggs and all that is actually backwards. And it just makes me roll my eyes. Yeah, and I've actually said that, like it's like like somebody throws cheese on your food and you're like, like I asked for it without, oh, why can't you just pick it off? It's like, well, because to me it's disgusting. And I know what it is. Like it comes from, the somatic sites, pus and blood. And to me, it's no different than like, what would you do if if a rat or a cockroach walked around on your salad and then maybe pooped on it or something? I just said, just pick it off and eat it. Like that's how I feel about cheese being, or like any kind of animal product being on my food. It's like, oh, you grilled this on the same burner, and some vegans aren't this extreme, and I don't feel like it's extreme at all, to be honest. But some vegans will be like, well, it was cooked on the same burner, but I'm not paying for, and they're correct, they're not paying for that. So if they're cool with it, then fine. But like, I'm not going to eat like a vegan burger that's grilled in the same grease that animal burgers. I mean, to me, my opinion is that's not vegan. Like, people will argue with that. I'm not going to condemn somebody for doing that. I really don't care. That's you. That's not me. Personally, I don't consider it vegan, and I wouldn't eat it. And to me, it's just gross. Like, whether I am supporting or not. Like, okay, I'm not supporting animal cruelty because I am paying for the vegan version. True. But there's a gross factor in there too. When people say there's I often say there's a million reasons to be, there's so many reasons to be vegan, and there's really none not to be vegan. That's one of my reasons, there's so many reasons. There really are. A lot of people say there's only one, it's the animals. Well, there's a lot of reasons to be vegans. That just might be one of the most important ones. But there's other reasons why people want to do it and keep it and stay it. And when you got all of them added up and put together, you take the animal one away from it for a second. Okay. Well, to me, there's still the gross factor. And I can't. But yeah, being gross is one thing. Just one of the many. And you know it. Like, when you're vegan, like when somebody's like, oh, doesn't the steak look good and smell good? Don't you wish you could eat it? It's like, well, you know what that is, and you know where it came from, and you know what it went through. That's how I see it. Deviant says, shout out to that girl, also known as Linda. Trini, also known as Rhea, or Trini Vegan. AJ, and Indy the pup. Epic show. Oh, thank you. Well, thank you there. Thank you there, Deviant. We'll give you a like for that one. I appreciate that. Okay, well, I'm not made for these live streams. I don't know how to conduct them, so I'm just going to say it's time to go. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Everything from talking about veganism to talking about my mom vacuuming the upstairs listening to Neil Diamond when I was a little kid. To, me almost not making it here tonight to be able to tell these stories to you. And also way back when we opened up that Vegan Cuts box. I hope we all had a great time. I hope that no zombies interrupted your night and, brought bad things your way. Okay, I'm just going to shut up now. Stay safe. Watch out for zombies. And I'll see you guys next time. And hopefully my camera, my good camera will work next time. But bye on this camera.